Hi everyone, Sid here, and I am back. Consider this video a soft relaunch of my channel. Hopefully there'll be a harder relaunch coming back a bit later, but in this video I'm going to explain why I stopped, why I'm back, and what the future holds. There are two reasons why I stopped. The first one is facts don't really matter. Actually, I'd been vaguely aware of that for a while, but for reasons that are hard for me to recall 2 years later, it kind of came to a point around that period. It was discouraging to the point where I kind of started wondering what the point of it all was, as far as this channel goes. The second reason that I stopped is very difficult for me to talk about without making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. So I just want to caveat that everything that I'm about to say about this, it's really not that big of a deal, but it's a significant factor that played into me stopping. As you probably know, I've been doing improv comedy for over 4 years now, and I'm pretty good at it. And if you're doing improv comedy in the Montreal area in English, there are basically two places you can do it at. You can imagine what being a libertarian is like when surrounded by a bunch of young comedians. Gotta hide those power levels. I still have some great relationships all throughout that community. I have a bunch of goodwill coming my way from the community as a whole, and also from certain specific influential people from within that community. But having a YouTube channel, even one as small as this one, the odds that I would say something to upset the wrong person over time, it went up. I was basically scared of getting denied access to venues where I could do this art form that I loved so much. And all the goodwill that I had wasn't really much of a reassurance, because you know who else had a bunch of goodwill and got canceled anyway? ContraPoints. And there are a couple reasons why I know that this wasn't just naked paranoia. On one hand, there were people significantly more progressive than I am who have expressed similar concerns to me. And also there'd been a couple minor incidents that I interpreted as warning signs. I'm pretty sure that the other people involved don't even remember, and if I brought it up to them, they'd be like, oh, that? It's no big deal. So despite even these key people fucking loving me, the key question is, how likely are they to succumb to outside pressure to cancel me despite them personally not wanting to? And the answer is way more likely to be yes at one of those places than the other. Like, if I ever got canceled at the other place, it would have to be something that was so bad that even I would get it, and I probably would have already apologized for it. Another factor that greatly increased my risks, though I didn't know it at the time, was Charlottesville. I plan on releasing another video as soon as I can where I go into a list of all the things that I was wrong about back then, and there are many, but the main thing about Charlottesville is the way I was wrong about a bunch of things also came to a point there, and I ended up defending the protesters of Charlottesville in ways that I didn't really like, to a point where when I realized the errors of my ways, it was simpler for me to just take those videos down, and they're gone. And I'm really happy that my channel was so small that basically no one saw them. But it took me a while to realize why I was wrong about the things I was wrong about. Again, I'll elaborate more in detail later, but I definitely, that put me on a collision course towards saying something really dumb that I probably would have doubled down on if challenged, which would have led me being canceled and not being able to do the thing that I fucking love doing. Now, as far as for why I'm back, well, the venue that was more likely to cancel me despite the decision maker not personally wanting to, well, they went out of business. So there's that. The other thing that pushed me to relaunch this channel was I recently read Win Bigly by Scott Adams. I'd heard about it like for a while, and honestly, I would say Scott Adams is probably the single biggest influence on me right now. But something I didn't know at the time is that the subtitle of the book is Persuasion in a World Where Facts Don't Matter. It motivated me to experiment with how to get my message across in a post-facts world. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but it's going to be interesting finding out together. And if you're curious as to how I will integrate these tools and express something into the world, I think my Twitter will be interesting for you to follow. I'm doing a lot of experimental shit on that. As far as this channel goes, I don't really have a plan. I'm gonna be experimenting with formats and different things. I don't know to what frequency I'll be posting, but if you're watching this right now, that means that you've somehow not unrung the bell that I've asked you to push in the past, and thank you so much for that. I also want to thank everyone who ever left a comment on my bullet journaling video. That motivated me more than you know. It was very, very appreciated. But the bottom line is I don't really have a plan in place for the short to mid-term of this channel. So I don't know what it's going to give. But if you're curious, please subscribe and ring that bell, because I don't know when the next video is going to be. I know what it's going to be about, but I'm not sure when. I'm not even sure how long it's going to take me to edit this. Anyway, that wraps it up for today. Thank you very much for watching up to this point. In the COVID lockdown era, my need to express myself has been simmering within me for a while. I thought about this channel a lot, and I'm glad to have at least get the ball rolling. You'll find links to my social media below. Thanks again for watching. Like and comment if you want to say something or if you liked it. And yeah, I'll see you soon.